Yo, are you ready for a story? I want to tell you the story of how I got into the apparel business and launched Screen Apparel. Follow me, let's go. So back in 2009, I just finished my study abroad from San Diego State University. I was studying out in Jordan. Came back to the US. The economy had just crashed. Jobs in finance and this and that were terrible. So I just went in to work for my dad. My dad owns A&R Box and Packaging, a packaging company like Uline. They sell boxes, tapes, corrugated, supplies, bags, that kind of thing. So I was working as a salesman for him, and then I'd visit T-shirt printers, T-shirt print factory, screen printers, and kind of sell them packaging supplies, go into the warehouse, see what they were using, and offer them stuff. Meanwhile, every Wednesday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. I would go to a nonprofit group's meeting and volunteer there as a member. My friend Kayvon from San Diego, he'd drive up, and every Wednesday we would go to these meetings and we would volunteer our time and give some energy and ideas. The organization was called Viva Palestina. So anyway, I did that for about, I want to say like 6, 7, 8 meetings, and we were helping out wherever we could. Then one day this project came up, can somebody make 1,000 t-shirts? 1,000, I was like, yo, I can help with this. So I was like, I have some connections in the screen print and apparel industry, so I'll take this project on. They said, cool, go ahead, you got it. So then I spent a few weeks in the T-shirt factories getting the fabric of the shirt right, and they helped me a lot, like choose the right shirt, get the design ready. I worked with a designer to make sure the design on the front and back was the way we wanted it. We created a mock-up, we showed the organization and they approved it and they loved it. So then I went and got the printing done and kind of inspected the whole process. And then I brought over the shirts to the organization and delivered them, and they loved them. I didn't make a dime on it. I gave them the shirts at cost, just volunteering. But immediately after that, they were like, yo, Danish, can I get shirts for my business? There's a construction guy needed like 50 shirts, and another business owner needed like 30 shirts. So then I took those orders and I put a little markup of those, maybe $2, $3 markup or whatnot. And I did the front end work, like the mock-up, approving, getting the customer approved, and then I dished the job off to the silk screeners. I would actually buy the blanks from a wholesale blank supplier, send the job off to the screen print factory, and then the job would get finished and I'd deliver it to my customer. So I did that. I immediately basically saw like, wow, this is fun, this is dope, this is interesting. I'm like the middleman right here, kind of like the way my dad is the middleman in the boxes and packaging, but now I'm doing it in t-shirts. So what I did is I created a website. I looked on GoDaddy.com to find a good domain, and after some tests, like Silk Screen Apparel was available. So I was like, wow, that's a really nice name, silkscreenapparel.com. So I bought it and then launched the website on WordPress for free. I remember the first website we had, it was like just graffiti in the background, super ghetto. I did it myself, and it was just like t-shirt printing services. So again, it didn't cost me anything, just the $10 for the domain name. And then interesting thing happened. I hired a guy from freelancer.com for $30 to like revamp my website and make it like more professional looking. And he was in, where was he in? He was in Sri Lanka. His name is Manoj. Nice guy. We ended up working together for a few years where I'd outsource him a lot of my website work. And yeah, $30 to like gangster up my website. It was a really good deal. Then for marketing, I would use Craigslist. Back then, Craigslist was super poppin'. I would just run an ad every day or every other day, and my phone started ringing. Like, I would get 2 calls a day, roughly, and then I would just make sure I was like on it with them, give them good customer service, call them back, follow up with them, give them a quote. They would, tell me what they needed in terms of like deadlines, quantity. If they needed a better price, I'd go back and try to negotiate with my screen printer, get it done. Anyway, You know, I remember closing just almost like every time I'd get a phone call, it ended up being like an order. Not every time, but you know, my closing rate was really good, and I was like, wow, this is nice. So, you know, it turned into like, by the end of 2009, within about 6 to 8 months from starting, it was pretty much almost a full-time thing for me. So, and I didn't have a lot of space in terms of like, I didn't go and open up a print shop. The room I was using to have meetings at was this tiny little room inside of my dad's office. I was still working out of my dad's office, doing the box and packaging stuff while I was running ScreenApparel.com, and then customers would just come to the box factory to pick up orders, and I'd just tell them, hey, we run 2 businesses out of here. And I had a small little tiny, I want to say like a 10 by 8 room where I'd have like a t-shirt rack and have samples, and I called it my showroom. And it's funny, like I'd sit down with people, you know, and have them have meetings in this tiny little showroom, but it was definitely a good memory. And the first piece of equipment I bought was later that, probably within the first year, I bought a heat press for like 75 bucks on Craigslist, a little 15 by 15 manual one. I remember I took my little brother with me when we went and bought it, and you know, it was just like, it was a reminder that you don't need a huge startup capital to launch something. You just need to see if you can sell, you know, if you can do it, and try and push and find attention. Today Craigslist might not be the best way, but what's really popping is Facebook groups. That's good. Instagram, obviously, if you have an Instagram account, you start posting on it more on your personal and your business. So if you were to launch a business today, I would ask you, are you posting enough on your YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and possibly Craigslist? Those are 4 ways to do marketing for absolutely free. And if the answer is no, you know, get going on that before you spend even a dime on AdSense. Then if you want to spend money on ads, you can do Facebook boosted or Instagram boosted posts. So if you're not covering all those bases already, maybe, you know, you're not doing enough on terms of your marketing, because it's not expensive, it's just, it takes time. Some notable clients that we've done shirts for since Silk Screen Apparel launched. So actually this is that first shirt, red with the dove bird for peace, with the chains behind it in terms of like, you know, the oppression. Here's a map. So that was the Viva Palestina, that's the organization. So pretty cool. That was the first shirt I ever made. 1,000 of those right there. Ball is Life. Pretty soon Ball is Life came and met us and had a meeting with Matt, the owner, and he became a big client of ours. Served him for 2, 3, 4 years with all their merch. That was pretty cool. Let's see. The Clippers. This is a funny story. So how I got this account, somebody called me to sell me tickets for the Clippers games. And they said, hey, do you want to buy, you know, season tickets or a 10-game pack or whatnot? And I was like, you know, maybe, but I also screen print t-shirts. Do you guys have a need for t-shirts? And the sales rep, he's like, maybe I'll pass your information along to my marketing, my manager. And lo and behold, he did pass my info along, and I got a call from his manager, and they wanted a quote, gave him the quote, and what do you know, I got an order. And then that led to another order, and every year they'd send me some work. I didn't get all their work, but I still got enough work to say like, yo, we've done a lot of work for the Clippers. So that was cool. Another Clippers All-Star shirt. Yeah, ladies one here. The biggest shirt order I've ever done is, we did one for Verizon Wireless. It was a 25,000 t-shirt order. We got it done locally here from one of our screen print partners in Gardena, California. And it was for like a launch of an Android phone that they were doing many years ago. So it's pretty cool. Verizon, 25,000 shirts. That was big time. So that's the story of the launch of SilkscreenApparel.com. It still exists today, and we still have regular clientele and repeat orders and like a loyal customer base. However, it's not my main business today. My main business is silkysocks.com. So stay tuned for my next video where you can learn how I launched Silky Socks. Alright, bless your feet and get your swag, t-shirts. I'll see you soon. This is my dad, Salim Kasumali. How you feeling, Dad?
Oh, great. I always feel great when I see you.
So, A&R launched in what year?
It was 1989.
Wow, 1989.
2 years part-time, and then 1992 became full-time.
Awesome. How are you feeling about it today?
I am feeling good now. It's kind of I've accomplished what I wanted. Now I'm thinking to retire pretty soon, in about a year, when I see that you all are kind of catching up with my work.
Time to pass it on to the next generation.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for inspiring us always. Appreciate you.
I appreciate your work, and always have been very happy helping you to progress, and you have accomplished beyond my imagination.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.
All
Nice
right.
seeing you. Okay.
Hey, we're still grinding. Wow, that part with my dad gives me the chills and motivates me at the same time. Alright guys, don't forget to subscribe so you see my next video. And who knows, I might do a family tree history of my grandfather's business in Pakistan to my dad's business and down to mine one day. You don't want to miss it. Alright, I'll see you soon. Peace.